Okay, how's everybody doing? Looks like we don't have anybody yet, but that's okay. Hopefully hopefully everybody will turn in. Got a few things to talk about today. Let me get this set. So I'm kind of looking at y'all. How you doing, Rob? Uh, oh man, you had a good week. Sorry about all that. I was picking up my bourbon off the floor. Oh man. Let's see. Trying to wait till we get a couple more people in, but not sure. Last week we had a low turnout last week, and I figured it was because of Mother's Day, but I don't know. Let's see. I got me some new pretties though. I'll show you that first. Oh, awesome. Man, I want to plant me some blackberries so bad. I need to just get out there and do it. So I went and got me one of these Harbor Freight boxes today, and I'm gonna keep my camera equipment in there. It's stuff I'm gonna take on my motorcycle. Um, I got it all cut out and done. But here's what I got me that I'm pretty psyched about. Is this Insta 360? I'm hoping that's going to turn out to be a good buy. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do shorts with it for this site, but I'll do shorts and stuff for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. How you doing? How you doing, Frank? Uh, yeah, that's right. So tonight I am drinking Bardstown Bourbon Company. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's Amrut, Amrut. So that's what it's going to be today or tonight. Smells good. People thought I was a yucky because I don't I don't clean this out. I might be yucky, but we don't clean our coffee cups out either, do we? And that's that might be worse because we put sugar in there and it can turn. I don't know. Alcohol kills everything, so last week Mother's Day has me in. I understand. And we'll see if people show up. If they don't, they don't. I mean, I kind of let it slip by not being prepared for a few Sundays and, you know, but I'm a little prepared this week. Um, let's see. I know I haven't showed these, but I've had them for a while. I had not long after they come out, I had to buy the little bitty twin grips, and they've been sitting in the box since then. I haven't used them. I think I'm gonna carry them on my motorcycle, and get. I've got the full set, the full size set out there on the motorcycle or in the my little tool bag that goes on the motorcycle. But here you go. Let's see if I can put them. So that shows you how big they are in comparison to my hand. They've only got 3 positions, so it's not bad. Uh, hydration packs. I just do a little sea salt water, splash of lemon juice. I use the heck out of my sauna. It helps. That's cool. So I did post on my Facebook if anyone had any good, a good tip on what hydration packs to buy. And, for my trips and stuff, because I know I'm going to be in the desert and through the hot part of the country a significant portion of my ride in July. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's a good one to buy that doesn't hit the pocket too hard, that isn't bad for me. I don't want anything with sucrose, but I don't want it to taste so bad. I don't want to drink it either. So, I mean, it's a little. I'm thinking about Pedialyte Sport. It's a little expensive, but I don't know. I think I trust it. I don't. I might make me up some hydration packs, but I think I want a little bit more than just salt in them. I want to get the potassium out of them that I need. But electrolytes and some sodium to absorb. The Gatorade stuff works too. Salty, but I just man it down. Yeah, so I got something last year. Someone gave it to me, and it worked pretty good. And I drank one a day, and it just, it helped out. I'm gonna tell you, riding. So days day 2 wasn't horrible on my ride last year, but days 3, 4, and 5 were rough because that was through Oklahoma and Kansas, Colorado, southern Colorado, and Utah in July, late July. So it was rough, and yeah, I dehydrated myself a few times. But yeah. So let's see. Looks like we got maybe 4 people in here. 5 people, 4. It's fluttering up and down. Let's talk about what we came to talk about. Well, first of all, I wanted to I don't know if y'all get it, but I get emails about new products, and Grip Edge come out with their ball hex hand drive sockets. They're pretty nice looking. They got the 6-point RPT hex and for SAE and metric. Look nice. I imagine they perform great. Little on the steep side on the cost. I'm not completely sure I'm ready for it. I understand the concept. I really do. And I've seen the demonstration so many times, and they look great. They look like they do a great job. It's just, I guess if I was doing it for a living on a regular basis, I could stomach the cost. But, oof, it's, that's $340 worth without tax for 3, 5, 6, for 12 pieces. Yeah, that'd be tough. But that was one of the things. Let me stop on that. A niche tool. I bet they work wonders. Yeah, I don't doubt they are the best thing since sliced bread. I don't. But I guess I'm just going to have to keep my um, easy out, my repair stuff on tap because, man, that's a lot of money. Like I said, if you're doing it for a living and time is money, big time, then yes, that is the right tool for the job every time. And yeah, there would be no ifs, ands, and buts about it. If I could afford them, I'd be buying them, and they'd be in my toolbox. If that's what I was using on a regular basis. But okay, that ain't. Also, we got some new stuff from Tekton. They've got a new modular driver organizer. It doesn't look too bad. I want to buy some and check them out. I've got a little money in my Tekton account, so it shouldn't be too bad um, to try them out anyway, to see if I like them better than what's already out there. Um, they look nice. They look like they might be tighter spaced than what is it, Tool Widget. I like Tool Widget. They make a decent product. They stand behind their stuff, but Tekton does too. So that's it on that. Okay, now for tonight's topic. I have been looking at it, and the whole modular toolboxes, the rolling stuff from Milwaukee, what Tekton has out now. They're nice. They're super nice. And I try to figure out, well, would this be better? I know it would be better if you're carrying your tools around. If I've got my stuff in my truck, if I got a van and I carry tools in there, I think it would be a no-brainer to do something like that. Because I imagine all said, it's lighter than your steel stuff. They're pretty durable. I've got a Husky bill out stuff over there. And that stuff's pretty nice and it's durable. It seems well made. I feel it'd take a beating. It's waterproof. I don't know if all the Tekton stuff is waterproof, but some of it isn't meant to be. But could it take the place of your big toolboxes? That's the one thing I'm wondering. Would I rather have the modular toolbox instead of the big toolboxes that, take up a ton of room? I know they've got their place. I think if I used the modular stuff, I'd still have to have a cabinet. Because some stuff just, they don't make modular toolboxes to fit some of this stuff, especially you get into your 3/4 inch stuff and like that, the long bars and stuff. So I don't know. I have been looking at them. They look great. See, Robert, I tell you, if I was to start over, a modular toolbox investment would be worth it. I think it would be. And the fact that it's handy to have and just separate and bring with you what you want, it seems like a good way to have it. Dad had his main toolbox at work, but at home he had a few different things. He had a couple of toolboxes he could pick up and put in the back of our cars. He had a 74 LTD, 4-door, big old car, big old boat, had a 400 modified in it. or 400M, whatever the M stands for. I've always been told it stands for modified. You know, it was a pretty decent car, pretty good running. I actually used it for 6 months or so. But that's what he used. He used it to go back and forth to work. But he kept tools in it, and he would go, and when he'd come home from work, he'd go work on whoever's tractor. The big thing is he worked on our landlord, or used to be our landlord stuff. He was put in septic tanks, and he had 2 backhoes, a couple of jump trucks, trailers, tons of cars and stuff. So he worked on their stuff. He worked on the guy had 2 sons. 2 sons had hot rods. He worked on their stuff. So I just imagine that the modular stuff would have come in real handy for Dad. Real handy for Dad. The stuff that Dad kept at home, we didn't have a garage. He had a van that he bought from a auction, a city auction, county auction, something like that didn't run. And he had it parked in the driveway, and he put his tools, he stored his tools and everything in the van. So, you know, that's the way Dad did it. And Dad did it for quite some time, and it worked for him. But I could just imagine how nice it would have been to have something like that, because his toolboxes were, everything was thrown in there. So I imagine digging through to get what he needed, to get it out, was time consuming. And Dad worked a lot. Dad, I think almost every day he would get home and go straight over and work on someone's stuff. And I would help him every now and then, but I wasn't a regular fixture in that. I was a teenage boy, and teenage boys have, girls to chase, and, stereo equipment to gawk at and try to play with. And yeah, that was me. I wish I'd have spent more time with him working on stuff, but that bourbon ain't bad. It's got some weird cough syrupy taste to it. It ain't horrible like a Yukon Jack. Have you ever had Yukon Jack? Oof. But it's or Jägermeister. Jägermeister's worse. It's not quite like that, but it is got that. It's in the back of the throat. It's got a decent taste up front. I don't know, but anyway. Who else is on here? What do y'all think? Is that like a monthly whiskey club? No, it was a deal. I jumped in. There's a guy on the Facebook group here for Hardin County Bourbon Club in the next county over. And roughly every other month, he does a 25 days of bourbon. And you sign up and you say, I want to commit, and 25 people buy a bottle of bourbon each. It's got to be over a certain amount. And then we take it over there, and we each get an ounce out of it. So we get 25 ounces of bourbon. And he gives it to us in this box right here. This was Christmas. And so, yeah. I think I had to pay $10 for supplies as well. And so I got to try 25 different bourbons. I think the bottle I bought was $116, something like that. It was a Yellowstone special edition. It ended up being a pretty good whiskey. But I can't find it anymore. It was a special edition. That was so if I wanted to have a bottle of my own, but I don't need a bottle of my own. I probably got 70 unopened bottles, so and 30 to 40 open bottles. Well, it says we got 4 people in here. I don't know if one of those is me. I'm assuming it's Rob, Frank, and me, and maybe 2 other people. But it's still only showing me. It's only showing me and Rob. So, yeah. So, which would you choose, Rob, Frank, either one of you? Would y'all choose the Milwaukee? Would you go the Tekton route, or would you just go? Personally, if that wasn't the cheapest route with the Husky, but it was what I felt was the cheapest and the best quality for the price. I think Rigid is just a step above. It's just a step above in money too. I feel that Ryobi is probably below that, and then they've got a cheaper Husky version, and then they've got a cheap version at Home Depot. It's a Home Depot HD brand or something like that. But I like that. I like it for, as soon as I build me a stand for that, that's coming out of here. But I like it for what it is. Automotive Airplane, Tekton all the way, Milwaukee, etc. I think are more general contractor handyman setups. I agree. Especially so the Tekton is already set up with trays that fit in there. Well, Milwaukee does it too. And it's got the foam cutouts, especially aircraft. So if you're working on aircraft, you got to worry about FOD, foreign object and debris. Yeah, you got to worry about FOD, and part of that is they do toolbox inspections, and you got to have. It's got to be a certain way. I don't know if they're all the same, but like some of them, you had to have the Kaizen foam, and you can't have any empty spaces and stuff like that, so that it's quick. All you got to do is pull it out and see that you got a missing tool, and so you didn't leave anything in an aircraft. But yeah. Let's see what else. Not having as many people in here, it kind of hurts the flow of the conversation, but that's okay. Like I said earlier, I bought a couple of these. Went and bought a couple of these today. I bought this one and a bigger one, and I've got them cut out for my camera equipment. I'm taking some camera equipment with me to my motorcycle trips, do some recording, and really looking forward to it. Looking forward to how this new camera works, and maybe I can even use it when I'm working in the garage. It'll get every angle. It's a 360-degree camera, so I don't have to sit there and keep turning it and everything. But then again, zooming in on it might be hard, yeah. How'd y'all like the video? Was it a decent video? I haven't done one in a while. It's I've got another one ready to do. I did some work on my John Deere. We'll put it out, and I got a few more queued up. I want to work real hard this week, get a bunch of videos queued up, and get back to producing regular content. But with college, it's been tough. And this week, let's see, I'm in a 3-week course. It started Monday. I had finished, I'm in 2 courses. I'd finished one of the courses by Wednesday or Thursday. I forget which one. And I'm halfway through, almost halfway through my second course. Then I've got another one starting in June. But if I I really need to finish that one other course this week because I don't want to be doing it on vacation at all. But that takes up most of my time. So there's that. Let's see. What else have I got? I'm not sure if I got anything. Let me think. No, I guess that's it. Anything got anything? Anyone got anything for me? Just make sure you're entered in for the vessel giveaway. I guess I'll show this, just in case someone hasn't had a good look at it. Is there anything special y'all want to see about it? Motorcycle video? What about the motorcycle video? You want to see more of them, or you asked which was better? Oh, okay. Yeah. I understand now. So this is the 1/4-inch drive. Man, it's got a super tiny head. Like, here's the head on it. So it's got a super tiny head, but the big old handle kind of, hurts it in a bit. But it's nice. I'm sure you can fit it into some pretty good places. All of it's got this satin feel. I like it. It's real nice. I like the way it's set up. The universal joint, it's not super floppy. It's not too bad. It's about normal for a decent tool. Let's see. It's got a adapter from quarter hex to from quarter drive to quarter hex. It's got a little bitty screwdriver style handle, little driver. Let's see. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sockets. They got a little bit of knurling on them. And then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 bits, and it's a decent set of bits. I'll tell you what I was most impressed with, which is crazy, but the case. I really like the case. I miss the old metal cases, the trays that everything used to come in. If anyone has a line on them, on old metal cases like Craftsman and SK and stuff, and maybe even full toolkits, holler at me. I would like to would like to set up a toolbox with nothing but antique tools. How you doing, Sizzle? Let's see. You asked which was better. That is a cool looking kit. Soaking that in oil for days had me laughing. I know, and I know that isn't necessarily what they intended. Someone commented about that, but I wanted to see if it was someone did ask if it would soak up oil, and that was a big thing. I wanted to see if it's going to soak up oil, because we don't want that. We don't. I mean, because once it soaks up the oil, it's going to be getting everything it touches dirty, because it's going to uh, leach back out slowly, and you'll never be able to get it clean again if it did soak it up. So I wanted to see that, but I also wanted to see if you could actually hold on to it if it had soaked in oil, and it did. And that doggone what was it? Mayhew screwdriver sucked when it come to, once it had anything on it, I couldn't get it dry enough to use. It was, I mean, it was worthless until I cleaned it off real well and it dried. I don't know how long it took to dry, but I didn't try it again until the next day. And it worked great, but it sucked, until it was dry again. And that kind of sucks. I kind of want to do some of my other handles like that, but it was a messy test. It was a really messy test. That's one reason you like hard handle plastic screwdrivers. Hey, I understand. YouTube commercials are harder to get through. How bad are they on my videos? Because I don't know how much control I have over them. I haven't done anything. I don't do anything with them. The only thing I adjust the commercials on is this, and I set it to the most conservative setting. So yeah, I'm premium, so I don't see them at all. I did the premium student. I got a student discount and did premium. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have a student discount, though. I'm just cheap. But yeah. So if they're real bad, let me know, and maybe I'll try to see if I can't fix that. Make it a little better. Next Sunday, I won't be here. I'm going to be on vacation. The Sunday after that, I don't know. But this coming Sunday, I won't be on here at all. I'll be in Texas, doing some pretty good riding, spend some time with the wife, trying out some vineyards, and doing some twisty roads down in Southwest Texas. In all reality, it's not called Southwest Texas, and I don't know why, because it's Southwest. When people think of Southwest Texas, they think of places down toward the border, and this is over it's, if you look it up, it's called Leakey. Leakey, but it's pronounced Leakey. And but it's almost west southwest, but anyway. You don't have problems with the commercials, you premium. Not bad on here yet. Okay, that's good. Camping in a tow behind tent? No. The wife is driving her car and I'm driving the motorcycle, and we're staying in a Airbnb. And I need to find a setup that works for me camping, and I haven't. Now, with that being said, right now, I think I could camp and it wouldn't be too bad. But come July, when my shot has wore off already, and I can't get it until after I come back from my trip in August, my back will not be happy with me at all trying to lay on the ground. So I'm saying my next trip. This trip, no, I'm not going to ask the wife to sleep outside. And I'm not going to sleep outside by myself. I'll tell you what I did though. For my honeymoon to my first wife, we went on a backpacking trip. So, yeah, it is what it is. Have a little foldable cot and an inflatable mattress I put on top of it. That's cool. I've got a foldable cot. I didn't buy it until a trip I went on last year. I've got an inflatable cot. I've got a whole setup to set up my tent under a tarp, a big tarp, so that I can actually park my motorcycle under it too if I want to, or leave gear outside of my tent and it still be out of the rain. Last year, I went to the Tennessee Motorcycle Music Festival. It would have been. It was this weekend. It was this weekend last year. It's this weekend this year. I guess it's over today, but it come tornado warnings and big thunderstorms and all kind of stuff, and it did the same thing this year. So yeah, one dude. Now his truck broke down. Van broke down on the way there, but he rented a U-Haul truck and slept in the back of it. He was camped next to us, and that sounds like more my style. I mean, and I've got a fifth wheel, so I don't see why I wouldn't haul it up there. But it's frustrating to use. I wish I had something smaller. I bought the fifth wheel because it was cheap. It was a 2004 or 2005 toy hauler, 36-footer, and it was like $11,000. And this was in 21. Yeah, late 20, early 21. But yeah, and I realized I don't really like it. I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna fix a leak on it, and I'm gonna put it for sale. Probably sell it for about $4,000 or $5,000. You know. But that's all I have, guys. I wish I had more to talk about, but it's kind of hard when, you know, I sort of feed off of other people, you know, comments. Lowe's is treating you pretty rough, huh? Man, that's not good. Man, you got that's one of the reasons I've been real. There's some jobs I would love to have, and that I would like to try, but I can't do it. Not with my back. I can't do it. There's something, I forget what it was, but it's almost a dream job, but you know, it hurt my back. I'd like to go to work for Harley. They've told me they would pay for all my training to be a mechanic. They would love for me to come down there, but I just don't think my back would have it. Got to the point where I say I'm not lifting that. That's good, man. You gotta be careful. But I've also thought about going to the local. So we've got a steel mill here. It's new. I forget. It's a big name place. I forget the name of it, but they pay great. Like starting out, people are making roughly 80 a year. But I don't think I can handle it. Being on my feet all day, walking around, that alone would be painful for my back. Um, and after my shot wears off, I have a hard time walking. So, you know, it is what it is. But, well, that's all I got, everyone. 16,000 steps, that's pretty good. Uh, I wish y'all the best. Hope y'all have a great week. Like I said, I won't be on here next Sunday. I'm going to spend time with the wife. Going to make sure this is her time. I didn't do it while I was still had a job. I'm gonna make sure I devote this to her, and I hope I don't have anything that I got to take care of while I'm gone, other than maybe answer some comments every now and then on videos. So y'all take care. Have a great week. Have Y'all take care of each other and have a blessed week. Good night, and I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all in a few weeks, and I'll keep y'all updated on my little community page. I might even put a quick video up just to tell you what's going on. But y'all take care and have a great week.